What's up, guys? It's Charles with Rocket Punch Army. What you just saw was a video I made years ago on my other channel, Chachipower, before I switched over to RPA. And I used Tool music. I used Wings from Marie or something like that from Tool. And they didn't bother me till like 10 years later when they sent me a copyright thing. They didn't strike it or take it down. They're just the ones making money off of it, which is cool. It's better than taking it down, but I figured I'd just completely swap it over. So that's what you saw in the beginning. And then I'm going to make the second half now, a modernized version of the review, which is the actual review where I get to talk about it. And that's what you see here. This is the Zoids Shield Liger, the RZ007. It's a non-scale die-cast full-action model by Yamato. If you didn't know about this already, guys, this thing is sickly heavy. It's a good 4 pounds, alright? And the box is so heavy. I mean, the figure itself is 4 pounds. It's most of the weight of the box, but a lot of styrofoam. But you can see the photography back here. Very cool looking figure. And another thing I didn't even open yet, and I've had this maybe over a decade, is the beam cannon unit, which goes with it. I've never opened this before. I'm going to do it for this review for you guys. And it does come with a stand, which I don't feel like showing you guys. It's on the bottom part of the styro. It's just a little V-shaped stand with a little arm. Oh, of course he's upside down. Always, always, guys. You ever notice that? If I say it's going to be upside down, then it's not. And if I don't say anything, it's upside down. But anyway, that's the professionalism we have here. And here he is, wrapped in tissue. I'm going to go ahead and get it taken out, but I forgot how big this thing is, and it's just super, super heavy. Look at this thing. Oh my god. Give me a second, because I'm like far-reaching because of the camera, so let me get him out. Wow. This is the single heaviest like thing that I own. Robot, whatever, die-cast related, like heavy. This is the heaviest one by far. I took it out, and I just am in disbelief at how heavy this thing is. Just so you guys know, it is 80% die cast. And before you go and just for me saying that, like, start jumping on eBay, just be aware that these things are very costly now. I've seen an average of 600 bucks. The sad thing is, when these came out, they were around 200 bucks. I think that's the time that I picked it up. And then they went on clearance. I saw them as low as $60 to $80. I remember maybe even 50, and I saw people posting it up, and some people grabbed it at that time. I almost felt like grabbing the second one, and I'm thinking like, whatever. And I should have, I think. But I have one at least, and it's beautiful. It's so heavy. It weighs more than my dog, which is a Yorkie, so it's not saying much, but it just feels weird. It holds, see, it makes me groan a little bit. It's beautiful, guys. I don't know what else to say about this thing. There's really no, like, I can't even talk. There's no point in even showing you guys what's die cast. I think the point is here to show you what's not die cast, which is pretty much just the head. And then like these little blue things here, the side, the missile launchers on the side, the tail. But other than that, the claws, the legs, pretty much anything. Even this panel that I'm pulling down is die cast. So are the shields on his head. It's supposed to come out this way, and he forms like some kind of protective barrier. I don't know the whole story with that, but you can pull these out like that. These are die cast. The fangs, I wish were die cast. I mean, I'd pay another 10 bucks for that to be so, but I guess they do that for a reason, because they are sharp. This, the cockpit opens. You do have to lift up just a tad because this nose piece gets in the way. You lift a little bit, and you can open it, and it's got space for 2 pilots, which we're going to check out in a moment. The drawer does open, which is a great feature. If you see me being overly careful with this, it's because it's got a nice matte finish. I don't want to ruin. Is this metal? If this, I can't. This might be plastic. Yeah, or is it? Can't really tell. Everything's cold. I just took it out of storage. Yeah, I mean, the articulation on the, I'm surprised it even stays up. Get a little bit in here so you can see the articulation in the waist. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. You got hoses. Just so much articulation. This thing is a beast, literally. Literally and figuratively, whatever other illy you want to add. I love that little ratchet. I mean, a lot of love went into this. This is not some kind of like cheap, you know, just get it out there kind of toy. Like, someone was a fan. Look at this. Look at this thing come out. I know there's a lot of hidden compartments. I'm just trying to find them all. There are springs right here, but they don't actually work to do anything. So, but it's still a nice little touch to see real springs instead of just like molded and then painted all around. This tail right here, you can get this nice and even. It's a bendy wire thing, so I'm not going to go too crazy. It's got a lot of neat tampo printing all around, including where his butt area is on the sides here. You probably could read it. I mean, you could read that it says warning. My eyes suck, so does my camera in zooming in. I mean, I find myself at a loss for words, even though like I've owned this for a while. It's just still amazing to me how everything just moves. Let's look at the bottom. I mean, it's just so hard to handle. It's hard to handle. And you got the arms, which nothing is ratcheted really. And look at the joints. Full metal joints. It's very stiff, no ratchets. Again, I'm not going to really pose the crap out of it. I don't want to loosen any joints. This thing is heavy, heavy, heavy. Keep repeating myself, don't I? Just needed to accentuate that. But this whole block is just die-cast. I mean, this isn't even a review. I wouldn't even. No wonder I didn't do any words in the first one. There's really nothing you can say about this thing. It's just ridiculous. How about we look at some accessories it comes with? All right, so everything comes in a baggie. I'm not going to rip the baggies open, guys, because I'm just going to put this away. But it comes with a separate set of fangs, I guess smaller fangs. And what you do is you pull the nose piece off, and the fang pops right out. But judging by the shape of this, it looks like it replaces the bottom one. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. This comes right out. I don't even know what's going on here. But the tongue, I guess the tongue holds it in. I don't see much of a difference. Might be smaller. I don't know. But these are the main fangs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You just put it back. Then it's also got this little dinosaur looking dude. Little PVC figure, very nicely painted. I always like to bring up Takara when it comes to things like that, even though this is bigger than like those little figures that they include in the masterpiece, right? So it's not really fair to compare to this, but look at this. Look at these little tiny figures. I wish my camera would do a good job at focusing. Can you see that? That's a tiny little figure. I mean, look at that. And they actually painted a face on there. And hair and details. You got the female standing version. You got a couple of caps here too. I don't know, I guess if you lose the caps on there. And then it's got the sitting figure and also the standing figure of the other dude. So these go in there. Again, I'm not opening this just for that, but you can kind of see what it looks like seated in there, right? So then it's also got this little round ball, which is just this little lizard, robotic lizard thing. I don't watch it, don't know the name, don't care to Google translate it. I'm just looking at an awesome figure, guys. So for all you Zoids fans, I apologize. Maybe you can leave it in the comments if it's really that important. But yeah, so this is that little dude, this one just rolled up around the green ball. So I'm sure there's a significance to that. Before we get into doing the whole cannon thing, you can see that this rotates and also this moves back and forth like that. And then the tail has this little turret thing that spins around. That's about it. These things just are loose in there. Alright, so next thing we're going to check out is this cannon set. Comes with a nice little styrofoam thing. There it is. This happened to fall out. I guess they're extra cables to attach on the guns. I guess we'll attach these. Why not? Why don't we go ahead and get these put on? Pretty nice looking guns too. I'm going to start by putting this in the back here. Goes right around the blue fin. And it snaps right in. Next we attach these clips to both cannons. Now the next part I didn't really like too much because this feels like it's glued in. But apparently you're supposed to take it off. And there are glue marks, or it's just the paint coming off. But then this is supposed to wedge in there, this little slot. and then just bring the cannon into that part, attach one side, do the same with the other side, attach, and you can actually fold it up just like so. Then on the peg pieces, just put the other pieces that you took off on there and peg it onto the side. Then you can go ahead and attach the hoses. As if this thing wasn't already menacing looking, now it's much more. Check out how the guns fold down. Bring it down. The weight of the gun sometimes brings these arms down, but you can fold it this way, just like that. And notice, we can bring it in a little bit closer, that these pistons are working pistons. Look at that. They are working pistons. This thing goes up, goes back down. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of this video. I don't know if it's a full-blown review. I guess it is. I've showed you a few things, but I hope you enjoyed it. You can sign up for my Patreon at the bottom. You can check out BBTS in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, also leave them below. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this. This was pretty crazy. Let me know if you guys have one, or the other version. There's like a black matte version or something like that. I don't have that one, but let me know your thoughts on this guy. And until next time, bye bye.